If you've been around the internet or hip-hop scene since the late 2000s, you probably know his name. Born DeAndre Cortez in Chicago, Illinois, Soulja Boy became famous almost overnight with his 2007 debut song Crank That, Soulja Boy. This wasn't just any regular hit. It topped the US Billboard Hot 100 for 7 non-consecutive weeks. And back then, it wasn't just the music. It was the dance. People everywhere were learning and recording themselves doing the Soulja Boy dance, posting it online and sharing it with friends. Remember, this was before going viral was even a phrase. He was ahead of the curve. After the success of Crank That, he released his first album, SouljaBoyTellEm.com. It included not just his big hit but also songs like Soulja Girl. At just 17 years old, Soulja Boy had already carved out a spot in the music industry. But, as the old saying goes, not everything that glitters is gold. #, the rise and the hustle. One thing that made Soulja Boy stand out was how he used the internet. While other artists relied on record labels and traditional promotion, Soulja was using MySpace, YouTube, and even LimeWire. He would upload his songs, sometimes renaming them as more popular tracks so people would click and accidentally download his music. Smart? Yes. Sneaky? Definitely. Effective? Absolutely. He was one of the first real digital-era artists, a DIY do-it-yourself musician who knew how to market himself. In interviews, Soulja has often claimed he paved the way for younger rappers, and even big names like Drake, Travis Scott, and Tyga were influenced by him. Some fans agree. Others think he's exaggerating, but you can't deny his impact. #, the controversies begin. Unfortunately, over time, the headlines about Soulja Boy stopped being about his music and started focusing on drama, fights, and legal trouble. First, there was the tech business scandal. Soulja tried selling his own video game consoles called Soulja Game, but critics quickly noticed they were just knockoff versions of Nintendo and PlayStation devices. Big companies sent him cease and desist letters, and the products were pulled. Then he jumped into cryptocurrency and NFT promotions. Again, these were accused of being scams or pump and dump schemes, where the value of the coin is hyped up and then sold off for profit, leaving buyers at a loss. His critics say he's not innovating, he's just jumping on every trend to make money, even if it hurts his fans. #, trouble in his personal life. Soulja Boy's love life has also been messy. One of his most public relationships was with Nia Riley, the daughter of famous music producer Teddy Riley. The two appeared on the reality show Love and Hip Hop, where viewers saw their relationship was full of arguments and accusations. Nia later accused him of abuse, and in 2021 she sued him for alleged domestic violence. Over the years, Soulja has also been linked to other celebrities like Blac Chyna and India Love, but those relationships often ended with social media fights or bad publicity. #, I'm the first rapper to. If you've ever followed Soulja Boy online, you've probably heard him say things like, *, I was the first rapper on YouTube. *, I was the first rapper to own an iPhone. *, I was the first rapper to do versus. Sometimes he's joking, sometimes he's dead serious. It's hard to tell. This habit of claiming firsts has made him a bit of a meme. Some fans find it funny, others roll their eyes. #, legal problems pile up. But here's where things get serious. Soulja Boy has faced multiple gun possession charges, probation violations, and lawsuits over unpaid debts. Most recently, on August 3, 2025, he was arrested in Los Angeles during a traffic stop at 2:53 a.m. for a suspected weapons charge. This is just the latest in a long list of legal troubles. Even with all this going on, Soulja still manages to trend online every few months, but often for the wrong reasons. #, feuds and fights. Soulja Boy isn't afraid to start beef with other celebrities. Over the years, he's clashed with Chris Brown, Ice-T, Bow Wow, Quavo, and even WWE wrestler Randy Orton. Sometimes these rivalries seem like marketing stunts, other times they seem very real. Either way, he always knows how to get attention. #, the legacy question. So here's the big question. Is Soulja Boy a wasted talent, or is he one of the smartest self-promoters in the business? On one hand, he's a pioneer in internet marketing for music, turning a homemade song into a global hit and changing how artists promote themselves. His DIY hustle inspired a generation of young rappers. On the other hand, his legal issues, scams, and personal controversies have damaged his reputation. Some people see him as proof that fame can be short-lived if you don't handle it well. Maybe he's both, a talented innovator who couldn't stay out of trouble. Final thoughts. The entertainment industry is tough. It's full of pressure, temptations, and people ready to pull you down. Soulja Boy came in young, made history with one of the most iconic songs of the 2000s, and used the internet like nobody else at the time. But along with fame came drama, bad decisions, and the law knocking at his door. Whether you love him, hate him, or just laugh at his "I'm the first rapper to" speeches, Soulja Boy is a reminder of how quickly the spotlight can turn into a spotlight on your mistakes. And that's Soulja Boy's story, at least for now.